So you're probably wondering, how the heck did this guy find out how many donations Ninja gets every stream? Well, it took a lot of math and a lot of time spent watching his old live streams, but ladies and gentlemen, I have this answer for you guys, and we'll be getting into this later on in the video. First, we have to cover the most important thing that everyone's been wondering, which is the Samsung brand deal that Ninja recently did. So recently, Tyler Belvins, aka Ninja, struck up what could possibly be the largest endorsement deal that any YouTuber has ever received in the history of YouTube. Not only did he make hundreds of thousands of dollars just to promote a product and work with a company, but he's also getting a percentage of sales and tons of promotion from this deal. So which company is giving him this deal and what product is he endorsing? Well, he's endorsing the brand new Samsung Galaxy S9 phone heavily on his stream and on his YouTube channel. And this isn't a simple shout out to Samsung for sending me this dope new phone sort of brand deal. This is a deal where he made an entire video showing off this phone and what it can do. Some of the phone's features, like being able to use the phone camera while playing Fortnite on it, and then promoting it heavily to his audience, directly linking them to where they can purchase the phone. To be honest, it's a pretty sick video. The package Samsung put together for him was pretty wild. Check this out.
Woke up this morning. You're never gonna believe what arrived at my doorstep. That's right, dude. It is a real life supply drop. Just got delivered an incredible package. I'm hoping for a couple chug jugs, you know, and a gold rocket launcher. All right, let's find out the surprise inside. These are the AKG headphones.
Are you kidding me?
There's more. It's a Fortnite Ninja case. Are these my actual stats? The Samsung Galaxy Note 9, beautiful. Behold the glory of the Samsung Galaxy skin. Which, like, I'm usually traveling and I'm not missing, or I am missing out on game time. You can record and have a face cam going on. Screen being so massive and is definitely going to give pretty much anyone an advantage that has this. There's a Samsung Galaxy bundle going on right now. You can pre-order right now down below in the video. You get access to the AKG headphones, all right? Obviously, the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and of course, 15,000 V-Bucks, all right? So many skins you can purchase with that, and of course, it's gonna come with this beautiful hunk of a man Samsung Galaxy skin. All right, guys.
So basically, not only did Ninja promote the phone, but he also promoted a bundle worth $1,000 if you buy the 128GB model of the phone, and for $1,250 if you buy the 512GB version of the phone. He literally promoted a bundle pack for a product that costs over $1,000. On top of the phone and the headphones that come with the bundle, it includes a $15,000 V-Bucks code. Since he has his own affiliate link to track sales, he's likely guaranteed some sort of a sales commission or royalty per sale that is done through the link. The video he posted promoting it has 6 million views alone currently, and if even 1% of the viewers bought the phone using the link, considering it's $1,000 per minimum purchase, and he has a standard commission of, let's say, 5 to 10%, which is very usual with affiliate codes, he's already made anywhere from $3 to $6 million. And you know, on top of that, he definitely got a fat check from Samsung to basically produce a commercial for his channel to promote the phone. It wasn't like he casually mentioned it in a video. He literally made some sort of an infomercial type promotional video that had nothing to do beyond promoting the phone and driving sales. And to companies like Samsung, that's worth big money, especially with how popular Ninja is. There's no way of telling how many sales he's actually making or how much they actually paid him for this video, but it's safe to say from those two things, he's at least made a few $1 million from this. I'm thinking all things said and done, it could be up to $5 million for this deal. So we're gonna go more in depth about how his YouTube revenue works and all other revenues as well really soon in this video, but I first have to mention some other benefits that he received from this brand deal. Obviously, working with Samsung and being the first person to receive the Galaxy skin due to this brand deal got Ninja a ton of attention on Twitch and even more on YouTube. He actually ended up getting some of the best promotion he could have ever asked for, which will make him even more money than the money that Samsung had already paid to him.
Oh my God, yo, are you looking like inside me?
Yeah, I'm like looking up and down and around.
Yeah,
you.
You see, it's like it's like a.
Dude, I literally feel like I'm staring at like a god, like one of the gods of like mythology.
This is the best skin in the game, facts. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
I agree.
Oh!
Yeah, baby! That's what you call an ending, folks. Like the video.
He's not only racking up a big check from Samsung, but he's also racking up more views and more subscribers and new viewers, most likely to return to his new videos in the future. Take a look at his social blade. So the ad he made to promote the Galaxy S9 was posted on the 21st of August. On his social blade, you can see a huge spike in views by the 22nd, and literally his channel doubled the amount of average gained views and subscribers. Like I said, we'll get more into how YouTubers make their money, but I just wanted to really point out how successful this brand deal was for him. He got paid from Samsung, he got promotion on YouTube, he was the first one to be able to use the Galaxy skin, and it actually ended up gaining him subscribers, viewership, made him more famous, so it helped him in a lot of ways a lot of people don't see. The next thing he you guys need to know about is the big sponsorships Ninja has. The first one we have to talk about is Red Bull. On June 17th, Ninja announced on his live stream that he would be joining the very exclusive list of Red Bull athletes, who as of now have players representing them in 4 esports altogether. This is absolutely huge. For those of you guys that are Call of Duty fans out there, the name Nadeshot may sound familiar. Nadeshot is arguably one of the most, if not the most successful Call of Duty player to have ever competed. Maybe not in terms of tournament wins or skill in the game, but what he did with his gaming career to advance his finances was genius. Even after he retired, he still did YouTube full-time and streamed. Now on top of that, having a really successful YouTube channel, he's running his own esports organization called 100 Thieves. Nadeshot was also one of the first Red Bull athletes who have ever competed in esports. So who cares, right? Nadeshot's a former Call of Duty player. What does this have to do with Ninja? Well, I'm using Nadeshot as a basis of comparison. Nadeshot got a similar deal to Ninja to represent Red Bull, but he got his deal way back in Black Ops 2. This was back in 2012 to 2013. And off this deal, he ended up making hundreds of thousands with his sponsorship. It's now 2018, and Ninja's bigger on both Twitch and YouTube, and just in the world in general right now than Nadeshot ever was. So how much do you think Red Bull is willing to pay Ninja for that endorsement? When you've grown a ton as a company in that time, and have a lot more money to pull into marketing, it's safe to say Ninja's gonna get somewhere close to $1 million from this brand deal from Red Bull. And to celebrate his new partnership, he co-hosted a tournament with Red Bull called Red Bull Rise Till Dawn.
Welcome back, guys, here at Red Bull Rise Till Dawn. My wife was getting tired of stalling, so we had to start this game up faster, and that's okay. That just means more gaming, more momentum. Got him. He's right above me. Ah, I'm dead.
I've tweeted you all week telling you watch out for my snipes.
Yeah? Dude, listen, if you snipe me, man, I'll cry. All right? You'll see tears, actual tears.
This tournament was held on the 99th floor of the Willis Tower on July 21st and had a ton of big names from the Fortnite scene there. Dr. Lupo even teamed up with Ninja and played with him during the tournament. It was a crazy success. Even though there was only a couple $1,000s up for grabs for prize money, it still attracted a ton of viewers, and I'd say it was definitely worth it to Red Bull to have him host. Real quick, I have a challenge for you guys, and you only have 5 seconds to accomplish this. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and if you're able to accomplish this in the next 5 seconds, you will have 5 years of incredible luck. Trust me, it works. Just try it, and let's get back into the video. If you didn't know this already, most players that compete professionally for gaming organizations, or are at least big streamers that promote an organization's sponsors, are on a monthly salary that usually nets them an annual income. So before Fortnite exploded, Ninja was on one of the best Halo teams in the world and competed professionally in Halo esports under Luminosity Gaming.
100%, I think that Tyler is the best Halo player in the entire world. If he ever loses, it's because of him and not the person that he's playing.
I mean, they're the best players you can ask for. They think I'm the best player in the game, you know, and not like delusional.
I would say that my brother is definitely top 3 in the world at Halo.
So for a basis of comparison on what his pro player salary was, we're going to compare the salaries of the top tier Call of Duty players to a top tier Halo player. In the Call of Duty World League, a player with a spot in the league generally asks for about $5,000 a month. Now, some of the top players such as Optic Scumpy or FaZe Attach are making closer to $10,000 a month, which is public knowledge. Comparatively, COD esports is a much more popular game than Halo esports. But remember, Ninja is one of the best Halo players out there. So what I've done is split the difference. Let's say Ninja's pro contract was around $7,500. And due to Call of Duty's popularity being higher than Halo, but at the same time Ninja being such a great player, he was somewhere on a contract of $7,500 per month from Luminosity Gaming. He ended up ditching that though to focus on his Twitch stream. When he did that, I'm sure his salary probably dropped a good bit, if not dropped entirely. However, once he blew up massively, I guarantee his salary at least doubled, maybe even tripled. On his stream, he has an overlay promoting Luminosity Gaming, all of their sponsors and merchandise. He also reps them on Twitter and on his YouTube channel. He he alone averages around 100,000 viewers on a normal live stream. So with the amount of sales he's making for Luminosity Gaming, the amount of promotion he's giving them, including their sponsors as well, the amount of exposure he's giving their sponsors, and the amount of exposure he's giving them in general is probably making them so much money that they could be realistically paying him $250,000 annually and still be making a huge profit paying him that much. He is without a doubt their most valuable asset, and I can confidently say he's making anywhere between $250,000 to $300,000 a year at this moment from that contract. Alright, it's finally time to talk about Ninja's YouTube.
Hi guys, what's going on? This is going to be my new YouTube webpage. It's youtube.com/ninjashyper. My other account, there was something wrong with it, with like the AdSense, and I accidentally deleted it, to be completely honest. And I found out recently how to do, commentaries with XSplit, and I'm going to be uploading gameplay on a lot better quality than my previous channel as well. Yeah, just stick around and spread the word that this is my new channel. All right, thanks guys.
But I want to dive deep into this, beyond what his Social Blade estimated earnings are. I not only want to give you a super accurate estimate of what he's making, but I also want to explain why he's doing so well on YouTube. A lot of people probably assume that he's just a big name and that's why he's doing really well, but there's a lot more than what you think. There's a science to YouTube. There's things YouTube sees that makes them prefer certain channels and promote those channels more heavily than others. And we'll get into what Ninja is doing to take advantage of this. But anyway, according to a Social Blade, which is a rough estimate, Tyler Belvins, aka Ninja, is estimated to be making around $504,000 per year to $8.1 million. So a really big range, but we will actually tighten that range up and get a much closer estimate. We're going to break down all the different things that could be determining whether or not he's in that low end or the high end of that earning estimation. Then we're going to get into his Twitch money and how much he averages a day from his donations and his streams. So question number 1, why is Ninja doing so well on YouTube and what determines how much money he's making? So let's first talk about CPM. In business and advertising, CPM essentially means cost per thousand. So in terms of YouTube, it's how much money advertisers are paying per thousand monetized clicks. A monetized click means that the viewer is being presented with at least one ad. Now, there's a lot of factors that determine whether or not a channel is going to get high CPM or low CPM. What I mean by high and low is the high end of the CPM. Some of the best channels on YouTube that have the highest CPMs get around $5 to $8 per thousand monetized clicks, while others may only get $2 to $3 per thousand monetized clicks. Ninja is definitely going to be on that high CPM bracket, and here's why. YouTube has different tiers of ads, and something that YouTube has at the highest level of those ads are premium ads. And these ads are only dished out to the most family-friendly content that's very age-appropriate and, we have the most least controversial content. While other channels that are more controversial don't get these premium ads, and as a result, their cost per thousand monetized clicks goes down and they're only $2 to $3 CPMs. Ninja is the biggest Fortnite streamer in the world. Fortnite's a colorful game, free to play, anyone can play it, even a kid. He doesn't swear, he does everything to keep his videos super family-friendly. He may even be in Google Preferred, which basically means that he's advertiser friendly and been completely cleared by YouTube, which means they throw even more premium ads on his channel that gives him even a higher CPM. So with the game being free to play, colorful, any kid can watch it, he gets a really high viewership, as you guys can see. He gets a really good CPM because he doesn't swear in his videos, and it makes for his channel being the ultimate cash cow on YouTube. But just being colorful and Fortnite being a popular game isn't really enough to guarantee success to him. It just means the potential is there, to be honest. That's why we're going to talk about why he's so successful. Exactly why, because anyone can post a Fortnite video, anyone can just try, but they're not going to be successful like Ninja, and here's the reason why. It's no secret when a YouTube video is more than 10 minutes, the YouTuber is making a significantly more amount of money than if it was not 10 minutes. The reason for this is because the 10-minute video is allowed to have significantly more ads on it. They could be video ads, pop-up ads, ads before and after the video plays. A 10-minute video can have a bunch of different ads all over it. The length of Ninja's videos are for sure a big factor into why he's landing so close to that 8 million mark on a Social Blade. If you haven't noticed, Ninja's videos are much longer than 10 minutes. Most of them are between 18 to 25 minutes. Obviously, a lot of YouTubers do stretch out content to the 10-minute threshold, but Ninja makes videos twice as long as most YouTubers and manages to do it without stretching the video out. Ninja has a great personality and he's really good at the game. Plus, the people he usually plays with in the videos are generally just as fun and entertaining as he is, making for a genuinely good viewing experience even though it's so long. So on most of his videos, he's probably getting 5 to 8 ad rolls per viewer that watches all the way through, which brings us on to our next reason why Ninja's videos perform so well on YouTube: watch time. The average viewer doesn't know this, but a big part of how YouTube decides what videos to promote and push to the new viewer is watch time. The reason for this is because if a creator is getting higher watch time, Google/YouTube can make even more money with the ads that roll on this creator's video. Ninja's videos are super long and get a crazy amount of watch time. Some days he gets over 10 million views, and the amount of money made on a video that's 25 minutes long versus the amount of money made on a video that's 10 minutes long, well, let's just say the 25-minute long can't easily make double the money, if not triple the money in some cases. Because Ninja gets such a good amount of watch time, he's going to continuously get promoted heavily by the YouTube algorithm, netting him new viewers, more views, and more watch time. Basically, as long as his videos stay consistent and keep getting him high watch time, his channel will keep blossoming. Plus, on top of this, his videos don't even take that much time or effort to make them. Not to say he makes them without even trying, but he's basically just putting together his best moments of his streams and re-uploading it to his YouTube channel. He's got some nice transitions and a dope intro, but really, his videos aren't even that much extra work on top of his Twitch, which is making it an even sweeter deal for him. Another reason his videos generally do so well and get promoted so heavily in the algorithm is his super active fan base. So when a channel uploads a video, the video can gain a heavy amount of promotion if there's a ton of interaction right off the rip. So Ninja's channel is so massive that every time his notification goes out, his videos have thousands of likes and thousands of comments in the first minute of it going up, which tells YouTube to promote the video even more because it's doing so well amongst his fan base. Not only does Ninja have the watch time for his videos to accumulate views over time and continue to be promoted, he also has an active fan base that are quick to check out his videos, which ensures his success far more and gives him a big advantage over other YouTubers. It's safe to say that he's probably making a cool $8 million a year in ad revenue, possibly even more. Keep in mind his channel is growing and he is getting tons of views every day, so that number could continue to increase by the end of the year. So next, let's get into his Twitch subscribers and the amount of donations he gets per day. So at this moment, Ninja's Twitch has a following of nearly 11 million followers. Of those 11 million followers, about 90,000 are subscribed, according to twitchstats.net. So how much money is that guaranteeing Ninja a month before his donations? Well, it depends on what tier of subs he has. If you didn't know, a standard subscription on Twitch is worth about $5. And depending on what kind of contract you have with Twitch, you may get anywhere between 50% to 90% of that subscriber money. Now, on top of splitting the sub revenue with Twitch, like I said, there are different tiers of subscribers. Generally, purchasing a higher tier, such as a $10, will give the subscriber more benefits in the stream, such as different sub badges, more emotes to use in chat, and in some cases, a moderator role. So it's hard to tell how many of them are $5 ones, $10 ones, and $25 ones, but there are incentives to be $10 and $25 subs, so he probably has a good bit of those as well, so that'll be something that you have to factor in when looking at his total 90,000 subscribers on Twitch. So let's start off with the percentage of subscribers he's gaining. Ninja is basically the poster child of Twitch at the moment, so he's probably getting the best contract he possibly could get. He's probably getting 80 to 90% of his subscriber money. So let's say theoretically, every single one of these subscribers is a gifted sub, or is only at the $5 tier, and he's getting 80% of the revenue. That means at the very least, he's making at least $360,000 per month just from his subscribers alone. Realistically, it's safe to say that he's been getting a lot of high tier subs, so let's say he's probably making somewhere around $500,000 a month, because that's a much better estimation of his real income, from his Twitch subs at least. On top of his Twitch subs, like YouTube, streamers have the ability to run ads during their streams, kind of like commercials. Now, if you remember earlier in the video, we talked about CPM, or cost per thousand views. Now, I'm sure Twitch doesn't get ads quite as good as YouTube, but every time he decides to run an ad, he's literally running in front of 100,000 people that are watching his streams. Now, depending on how his contract splits his Twitch ad revenue, that number could vary a lot. Assuming he has a similar deal with his Twitch subs, depending on how much ads he runs on stream, he could easily be making another $500,000 a month on ads alone on Twitch, especially since every single new viewer that tunes into his stream have to watch a Twitch ad by default. We can estimate that he's guaranteed around $1 million a month from his Twitch revenue before donations. This means that between his estimated $8 million a year off YouTube, his $12 million a year from Twitch, his millions of dollars of royalties or commissions and payments from brand deals, as well as his Luminosity contract, Ninja is possibly making $21 million annually, which already is a lot more than I ever thought he was making before. After realizing he makes that much money, I wondered how much he donated every single day on stream. That's one of his last incomes, and once you have that, you pretty much know the number of how much he's making. So the question is, how much will he make in donations this year? Well, let's get into it. In order to find out how much Ninja makes from donations, I had to go back to his old live streams, like you're seeing on screen right now, and count the number of donations he got per day. Unfortunately, because his channel is so massive and he's getting so many subscribers on Twitch, the only alert you see during his streams nowadays are his subs and resubs. He may have even turned his donations off because I literally could not find any donations in his recent streams. So what I did was I went all the way back to the first time he streamed Fortnite and only averaged around 3,000 to 5,000 viewers. I went through a ton of these old streams and counted how many donations he was getting a day when he was streaming. There are two types of donations on Twitch. There's a normal type of donation where it's in bits. The conversion from bits to dollars is 1 bit equals 1 USD penny. So basically 100 bits is $1. Between all his bits and all his regular donations, when Ninja first began streaming, he averaged around 150 donations a day, which added up to $685 in donations a day. Obviously, that was when his stream was a fraction of what it is now. So what I did is I took those numbers and divided his average viewership nowadays, which is nearly 100,000, by the amount of average viewers he had back then, which is about 5,000, comparison. So the estimate I got from this is his stream holds about 20 times viewership more today than it did back then. So after that, I took that number 685 and multiplied it by 20 and got 13,700. Based on the average of these numbers, Ninja's making about $13,700 a day in donations alone. Take that number and multiply it by 30 and we have $411,000 per month. Take $411,000, multiply by 12, and you have $4.932 million a year in donations alone on Twitch. There might be some fluctuation from this because, as I said, his donations don't pop up on screen, and that probably is a bit less incentivizing for viewers to donate, but roughly he is making millions in donations, it seems, which is just mind-blowing. And I don't think anyone's ever covered this. No one's talked about the fact that he's making this much in donations. They only talk about his Twitch subs, but he's probably making just as much on donations as Twitch subscribers. So now, with all these things out of the way, let's do his estimated annual income. Before we estimated his donations, the annual income we had estimated him at was $21 million a year. With this additional $4.9 million, this would net Ninja around $25 million a year before taxes, which is absolutely crazy. I don't even know what I would do with this much money, honestly. Now keep in mind, Ninja is self-employed, so for the most part, he'll probably owe about 30% in taxes, and then you have to pay self-employment tax, which is an additional 15% on top of that, depending on which state you are, etc. So even worst case scenario, if he's paying like 40% taxes or 45% taxes, he's still balling out. This man's making crazy money. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments, do you guys think my estimation was fair enough? Do you think this is close to the amount of money you think he actually makes? Let me know in the comment section down below what you estimate where he's at. Again, this is just my opinion mixed in with a bunch of facts and all kinds of information and all the information I could possibly grab on Ninja. But let me know who I should cover in this series next. It's been Exility. Have an amazing day, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.